I made a latte this morning, finished that, and then I realized I had half of a Celsius in the fridge, and I decided I'll finish that as well. So I may or may not be having heart palpitations today. As you saw by today's title, we are doing an alterations video. On the agenda today is a bunch of random things that I had in my closet, some things I previously altered that I just didn't wear, and I want to try to alter it again into something that will be more wearable. So we're going to upcycle some of my upcycles. So hello and welcome. My name is Bianca and this is a place to inspire and to be inspired. I love all things crafting and creating on a budget. I have this pair of Madewell jeans that I bought. They are the super wide leg jeans and they're just too long, and even when I bought them I was like, okay, I'm probably just going to cut them and turn them into a cropped wide leg, but I don't want to cheapen these jeans by giving them a raw frayed hem that will just continue to get shorter every time I wash them. And I've seen so many videos on how to hem denim jeans and keep the original hem at the bottom. I've never done it before, so we're gonna do it together in this video. We're probably gonna be doing these first. I just feel like this would be a very useful alteration that a lot of people can relate to. And this dress I made a while ago. I never filmed it, but I bought this jersey material fabric. It's super soft and stretchy and it just has like a nice weight to it. So I think I'm just going to repurpose this fabric and try to make a flowy top out of it. This is a Free People bodysuit. Basically it's a turtleneck, but I want to do what I did to a previous video and I want to cut the neck off and turn it into more of a boat neck. Also, it's a bodysuit and I just hate bodysuits, so I think I want to cut it straight across and get rid of the bodysuit portion to just have it as a top, and then I'm going to use my serger to clean up all the raw edges. So that should be a really simple one. This is another bodysuit that I just don't like. It's a little black tank top. But for this one, I'm just going to cut it straight across at the bottom and turn it into a little seamless cami. This is a really pretty dress that I bought. It still has the tags on it. I bought it new from Motel. But unfortunately, the back rides up way too much to ever wear this in public, even with shorts under it. I'm going to turn this dress into a top, but I don't want to cut just straight across. I want to do another asymmetrical hem. And this corduroy material, many videos back, I was going to do a thrift flip with this corduroy fabric, and I was going to turn these corduroy flare pants into a corduroy maxi skirt. So we're going to try to use this fabric for something. I just don't know what. This will probably be one of our last projects today because I have to brainstorm what I'm even going to do with this. But first we're going to work on those Madewell jeans. This is how the Madewell jeans fit. I'm on my tippy toes as high as I can possibly be. I feel like they look super cute when they're not dragging on the floor, but this is how they look when I'm just standing normally. So I'm just debating on if I want to keep these full length and just hem an inch or so, or if I want to turn these into a cropped wide leg and take off a few inches. And for reference, these are a pair of cropped wide leg jeans that I used to wear all the time. I'm just not a fan of the color anymore. These are more of like a light acid wash. So I think we're gonna go ahead and try to crop these to the same length as these pants. So I think I wanna go for a similar length to these, and that would mean taking off about 5 inches, I think. So I'm going to mark 5 inches across the whole thing. That chalk barely shows up on these, but you can kind of see a little bit here. And basically what we're gonna do for this is we're gonna sew this hem right along that chalk line. And then once that's sewn, then we can iron this seam here. The other day, Kyle made me some new background music for my channel. In case you guys don't already know, he makes all of the music that you hear in my videos. He's very talented, and I'm still trying to convince him to make a YouTube. So we're just going to sew right along the bottom of this hem here. This is not a denim sewing needle. This is just a universal sewing needle. And then this is just all-purpose polyester thread. And we have this set to 3, stitch length is set to 4, and then we're just doing a straight stitch. And now that we're going over this chunkier side seam here, I'm going to start to go really slow over this. Okay, so now we've sewn all the way around. So now I'm just going to flip this part under. So this is how we're looking now. It still needs to be ironed because you can kind of see where it's lifted a little bit, but I think once it's ironed really flat, I think it will be pretty seamless. I'm going to do the same thing to this side now, and then we'll iron. Okay, so I just finished both legs. And here's the finished result of the hemmed pants. I didn't even do the top stitch and I feel like they turned out really good just like this. I think I'm gonna have to buy some iron-on hem tape just to keep this portion from coming undone. I did a couple really small stitches along that you cannot see, but I still feel like it's not durable enough, and I'm probably gonna have to do something a little bit more durable if I want them to hold up in the wash. But I think this is a really good alternative to cutting them, because this way, if I decide I do want them to be full length again, I can just undo the stitching and then iron out any of the creases, and I'll have full length pants again. I had a little ADHD moment, and we went on a side quest after I finished hemming those pants, and I redecorated this little corner here. I found this lamp at Marshall's for $25, and I just thought that it was the perfect aesthetic to put on this desk and have it in the corner. And while I was at Marshall's, I found a picture that I feel like might look cute here. So I might return this because I can't decide if it's cute and girly or if it's too childish. My aesthetic, I like my decor to be mature, but at the same time, I wanted to have like a sprinkle of youthfulness. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. So I think the next pieces we're going to work on, the Free People turtleneck bodysuit that I want to turn into a, what is it called? A boat neck. And then the other bodysuit that I want to cut and then just turn it into a tank top. And if I'm already going to have this threaded with black thread, I might as well use it for this. And I think it would be really cute if I did a lettuce trim at the bottom of this once I cut the bottom portion off. And now we can re-thread this with our black thread. And this top has black lettuce trim around the arms. So I think maybe I'll do the lettuce trim at the bottom as well when I hem this. I think for the neckline, I will just do a standard rolled hem with my machine. For the neckline, this is where the shoulder seam is, and then this is where the turtleneck is. Don't do that. No biting. I'm gonna cut this maybe ½ an inch outside of this shoulder seam. And then I'm going to cut pretty close to this neckline because I still want it to come up pretty high. And then for the length of it, I think I'm just going to cut just below where the hips are here and then try it on. And then I can decide if I want to cut off more. Now that I've tried this on, I feel like the length is pretty good. But the neckline, I do feel like this part here just comes up a little bit too high. I like where it starts on the shoulders here, but I'm just going to scoop it down a little bit further so that it's not as high up on my neck. Now we can start using our serger around the perimeter. And I'm going to use this scrap fabric that I cut off just to make sure that all of my settings are done correctly. And I'm going to go along the bottom perimeter first, and for that one I'm going to be doing the lettuce trim. So when you do a lettuce trim, you use the rolled hem setting and then you pull the fabric as you go. That way it gives it that scrunched effect. And then here's how our test run is looking. Okay, so I think we're ready to just go for it. We're going to do the bottom perimeter first. Now this is how the bottom lettuce trim is looking, and it matches the lettuce trim that was already at the sleeves here. And now we can go along the neck here doing our standard rolled hem, not the lettuce trim, so we're not going to be using any tension, and then that's going to give us a smooth rolled hem at the top. Here's how she looks finished. We have the lettuce trim here at the bottom, and then the neckline we have our, I keep wanting to call it a scoop neck. Boat neck. And I just paired this with my Abercrombie black skirt and then my Doc Marten dupes from Target and my little thrifted green leather bag. Someone asked me in a previous video what the brand was, and it's Worthington. So yeah, I think it turned out really cute. And now our next one is going to be that little black tank top. I can't stand bodysuits. I keep buying them thinking maybe this one will be different. But every time I buy a bodysuit, I end up cutting it and then turning it into a top. So I bought this bodysuit because I really liked how the top was, and I liked the cut of the neck, and I liked that it had like lace trim and really thin straps. But to clip the bodysuit, it stretches it so much that it pulls it way too far down to where I feel like I can't wear this in public. So we're going to be cutting this bodysuit and turning it into a regular top. And I'm going to scoop this down a little bit to preserve a little length. And I'm gonna start at one of the sides. So we'll start here. And we need to stretch this as we go in order to get that lettuce trim ruffle at the bottom. And here's how it looks with the lettuce trim at the bottom. I do like it, but now I'm debating on if it's too busy since we have the lace trim here at the top. I don't know, I'm kind of leaning towards lace trim at the top. Means I should have gone with a straight hem and not a lettuce trim. Let me know what you guys think. I think I will have enough fabric here to recreate this. In my last video, I bought this pattern, but not to use it as is. I was kind of just loosely using it as a guide, but today I want to follow it a little bit more to a T. We're basically going to be following this, but I did cut my pattern for this to be a top and not a dress. I think while I cut out this pattern, I'm going to listen to the new American Murder Gabby Petito documentary. And these are our front panels and these are our back panels. Now we can attach them together. So here's how we're looking now that we attach these panels together. Now we still need to make the sleeves. Okay, progress update. We've added our sleeves. I feel like so far she's looking good. Now we're just gonna add a ruffle trim to the outside of this here. So we used our serger to do a lettuce trim around the bottom and then just a regular rolled hem around the neckline. And now we're just gonna attach these two straps that we made for the closure in the front, and then we'll be done. This is the finished result of our flowy tie front cardigan. And I did a lettuce hem on each of the arm openings. I think this turned out really cute. We have three more projects that I would like to get done in this video. So let's do the two easy ones first. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the lighting in this video is gonna be pretty crappy on and off because the weather here has been really gloomy, and the sun will come out for a brief 5 minutes and then it will get gloomy again, and then it will get sunny and then it will get gloomy. So we're just gonna have to deal with bad lighting. And today's sweet treat is one of these heavenly hunks. I get them at TJ Maxx, but now they have them at Sprouts and Whole Foods and other grocery stores as well. The peanut butter chocolate, so good. This is the dress on that we're going to be turning into an asymmetrical top. I love the color and the pattern of this dress, and I really like how it's off the shoulder, and I like the little bell sleeves. But from the back, it just rides up a little too far. I would constantly be pulling it down, and I don't want to have to do that. So we're going to be cutting her. So I'm thinking for my shorter side, I want to start it just under where this rouging is. And then I think my longest point I want to come to here. Okay, so now we're going to serge along the bottom perimeter here, and we're going to do a lettuce trim to match the lettuce trim that's already on the sleeves. And here's how it looks as a top instead of a dress. I really like how this turned out, but in the back, I think I went a little too hard with the lettuce trim and I was giving it too much tension, and it was just too ruffly back here. So then when I got to the front, I used less tension. So I really like how the lettuce trim turned out on the front. And I styled it with this flowy white skirt and then my tan Steve Madden boots and then this little waist chain. I tried on the waist chain 2 different ways, and this is how it looks lower on the hips underneath this top. And then this is how it looks styled higher on the waist and then above the top. I like it styled both ways, but I think I like it styled like this a little bit more. Let me know what you guys think. And last but not least, we're going to turn these corduroy pants into a halter top. I think I want to use this front panel. This will be like the bottom of my top. And then with the rest of this fabric, I'm going to cut out a triangle for each side, and then it's going to tie around the neck. That's my plan. I added another panel to each side here, and now we just need to hem each of these triangles and then around the outer perimeter. And after we add the scrunching to the bottom of each triangle, now we can attach it to the body of our piece. Okay, progress update. I am obsessed with how this is turning out so far. I feel like it's really coming together now. Can you see the vision? And now I can use all of this leftover fabric to make a tie that goes around the neck and then one that's going to go around the waist as well. So we're going to attach a strap to each of the triangles, and then we're also going to attach one at each of these corners and the sides for the back tie. I'm honestly shocked that I was able to make this from scratch with zero pattern. And this top was also surprisingly so easy to make. I think now whenever I go thrifting or looking for fabric, I'm going to keep this in mind as an option for a top to make because this turned out so cute. And it was super easy. So that is all for today's alterations. My next video is going to be a thrift haul, so stay tuned for that one. Bye!